Hey guys, this is Coach Hon. Been searching for videos that would kind of help you guys see how our defense is going to set up, and there wasn't really a whole lot out there that matched what I want to do with our 3-1-1 press into our 3-2 zone. So I decided I'm going to make my own video. So here we go. This defense, the goal is going to be to try to take the ball out of their primary offensive guy's hands on the press. So this is going to be after we make a basket, and they're going to be inbounding the ball down here on the baseline. So after a made basket, they're able to run the baseline both ways. Okay, we're going to set up. I'm going to try to do this with one hand on the camera and one hand drawing here. So we're going to set up our 3-1-1 press. All right, so in general, you're going to have your one inbounder. You'll probably have 2 ball handlers down here to inbound the ball to. And then they'll probably set up with either 2 guys all the way back. They might have 2 guys here at half court. Could be back further. It's hard to say exactly how to set up, but I'll show you how you want to move according to where the ball goes. Okay, so one of these 2 guys here are going to be your primary ball handler. We don't know which until we get into the game. We'll figure that out pretty quickly. And what we want to do is we want to try to take the ball out of that person's hands. And we'll use that by using our center position here. Instead of having this guy up on the ball like you would in a lot of presses, so generally you have him up here defending the ball, defending the inbound, we're going to take that guy out of that position. And we're going to use him to trap whichever person is our best ball handler. Okay, so my goal is here to take the ball out of the best ball handler's hands. So we're going to double team whichever person is their point guard, essentially. So these guys here will step up and we'll take the ball out of the hands of the primary ball handler, hopefully forcing the ball into the hands of the secondary ball handler, which then we can use a single guy to try to take that ball away and pressure him. Now, the way they're going to look to beat this is they're going to look to try to get the ball either back. So let's say, erase this all out. All right. So let's say they inbound the ball here. All right, so we're going to trap this portion right here. Probably what you're going to see is this guy's probably going to go inbounds right here, and they're probably going to try to get the ball back to him. What we want to do is once the ball is inbounded and we trap this guy here, we want this other guy to come over and try to block this pass. That way, so now we got this guy, this X, on the inbounder. We're going to leave this guy open. And if they want to throw this pass over the top, hopefully our guy here that's guarding the X will also have a chance at picking that ball off. So what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to rotate the ball back around the court. So if you got a double team here, they're either going to try to throw the ball over the top to this guy, or they'll work it back around to these guys and try to work the ball at this side of the court. Okay? So what happens is once this ball is inbounded, depending on which way they go, so if they go this way, we want our X here to kind of shade over a little bit. That way, if they decide they want to throw this pass over top, we can intercept that pass. Okay? Our guy way back here will then kind of shade toward this guy just a hair. All right? And what we want to make sure of, this guy back here, we don't ever really want to have him come past half court. We always want to have this backside protected. All right, so he's our last line of defense. If for some reason the ball gets moved over and we start to get forced down the court, then we want to make sure this guy back here can defend and stop the basketball. We don't want to give up any easy layups. Now, this defense will transition into our 3-2 zone. So we're going to run this 3-1-1. But the reason I like to run this into the zone is because it's easy to transition. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so just put our guys on the board. We got our 3, 1, 1. If for whatever reason we start to get beat, this transitions easily into a 3-2 zone. I'll show you how. So basically all we're doing is we're just working back down the court, straight back down. The difference is with these two guys. These two guys have to fall diagonally in either direction to fill out our 3-2 zone. So once we get down here, now we have a zone that looks like this, okay? And what we'll do is, depending on which side the ball goes to, I kind of showed you there a minute ago, our 4 guy is going to kind of move a certain direction, and our 5 guy is going to kind of move the opposite direction. So once that ball is inbounded, assuming the ball goes over here, this guy moves over here a hair, and this guy moves over here just a hair. So that's going to be the position they're going to fall into. So if the ball gets inbounded on this side, he moves over a hair. When he comes back, he wants to fall back into this position, and this guy wants to fall back into this position. So at the end of all this, assuming we get beat and we don't steal the ball on the inbound side, we're going to work back into our 3-2 zone, which will look like that. The goals of our 3-2 zone is going to be a trapping zone. So we're going to have, generally you're going to have offense looking like this. The goal of your zone is for these guys to cover a certain area, and we're going to trap these areas. So if the ball gets rotated over here, we want these guys to trap that ball. This guy comes over a hair, and this part of the defense shuffles over just a little bit as well. So the ball's on this side, the whole defense wants to move in that general direction. If they want to throw a pass all the way over to this guy over here, we want this guy to be in that zone so that he can pick that pass off, okay? And this guy is also going to be cheating over a little bit so that he can kind of guard both of these guys while this guy's being trapped. Generally what you're going to see is either they're going to get the ball quickly back to the point, or they're going to rotate to the corner. If they rotate the ball to the corner, now this guy stays here on this man. This guy comes down to the ball in the corner, and this guy comes out for the trap. So we trap that corner. Once that happens, this guy has to come over and cheat a little more because you're losing this guy in this area. So now all of a sudden, he's over in this area a little more. This guy's over here, and this guy's right around the free throw line. And we're looking to pick off passes if they decide they want to throw them long back over top of these guys. Okay, so this is a trapping zone. When we work back into this, we kind of want everybody to be inside the 3-point arc. So I kind of wrote these outside, but just for the sake of, we want it to be tight in our zone, nice and tight inside. We can close out to a 3-point shooter if he wants to shoot it. So if they come down the court and they pass it over here, and this guy's a good shooter, and he wants to shoot from 23 feet, we're probably going to let him take that shot. Close out, get your hands up, whatever we want to do. But if kids are going to shoot from 23, 25 feet, they're probably going to hit about 10% of their shots. That's good for us. They take 30 shots a game. They're going to score 9 points on that shot. I think we can outscore them on 9. Okay. So we'll also run some man-to-man this year, but I just want to kind of give you guys an overview of what we're looking at. Sometimes it's easier if you put it on the board and you can see how that kind of works. So that was my goal with this video.